Do you watch Netflix? If you're a human being, have 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a butt to sit on, the answer is probably yes. The question is why though? While for many of you the honest answer is to disguise casual hookups as a movie experience, the other answer is for original content, variety of choice, quick access, and the fact that Netflix has mastered to catch and keep your short attention span on the platform. Once you're hooked, you want more. And the same goes for some of the YouTube channels out there. And one in particular seems to have mastered it and successfully transitioned into something that you could almost compare to the experience of Netflix productions. The audience of roughly 1 million people and more millions frequently watching these videos clearly prove that point. The name of the channel is MagnatesMedia, and when it comes to compelling business stories, MagnatesMedia keeps evolving into a Netflix for entrepreneurs. The channel is currently crushing it, and the pace of how quickly it gains thousands of subscribers is crazy. While MagnatesMedia has just reached the first 1,000 subscribers in the beginning of 2020, it is currently approaching 1 million subscribers. When you're watching this video, chances are that MagnatesMedia has successfully surpassed the magic million. That's not the average growth for sure, and in case you're wondering, just creating videos and being patient is not enough to be as successful as this channel. So let's get into it and reveal the keys of how MagnatesMedia is crushing the YouTube algorithm. It wasn't too long ago when MagnatesMedia only had a few thousand subscribers, and whenever I checked the channel, it grew a slight bit. Then in the beginning of 2022, it was about 100,000 subscribers and had above 200 videos uploaded. I remember I watched one of the videos on MagnatesMedia and asked myself a question. Why the hell does this channel only has 100,000 subs? The production quality and the topics are insanely interesting to watch, and apparently the comment section shared the same opinion. Back then I thought this simply has to blow up more, and indeed it happened. Throughout 2022 the channel completely blew up. In September 2022, within a single month, MagnatesMedia gained 100,000 subscribers. Overall, John's channel has basically started into 2022 with about 100,000 subscribers and finished the year with well over 500,000 subscribers. And a few months into 2023 and the channel is already approaching the 1 million subscribers. Let's try to understand how the numbers of the channels have developed and what's the reason behind. As mentioned, it's the beginning of 2020 and we're looking at a MagnatesMedia channel with about 1,000 subscribers. By the end of 2020, the channel grew for sure, but it didn't go super viral or jumped insane milestones. 2020 ended with about 8,500 subscribers. But wait a second, what did I just say? Didn't jump much in growth? That's what I thought, because for that channel, 8,500 subscribers just don't sound as impressive, and it's so far away from the current almost 1 million subscribers. But I was completely wrong. What I and many of you think is just not how YouTube works, not how numbers work. I did not factor in the magic of scaling. Check this out. MagnatesMedia went from 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers within roughly 1 year. That's a 1,000% growth rate. The sub count has multiplied by factor 10. And then in 2021, the magic kicked in, the magic of math. Because MagnatesMedia kept its growth rate at the same pace, 1,000% again, and that's how it now jumped from 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers in roughly 1 year. The question we're pumped about though is how the hell did John of MagnatesMedia pull this off? Let's derive a practical formula for success from it, not just for YouTube but also in general. The evolution of the channel. First of all, you have to know that the channel had a different name. Originally, you were watching John Fraser, Young Magnates. The style of the first videos was straightforward, basically John talking to the camera. Very good camera quality, good audio quality inside, sometimes average audio quality outside. Even though the first dozens of videos seemed like a random mix of subjects, the channel name and topics addressed in the videos already predefined the target audience. Young and aspiring entrepreneurs, people throughout their entire 20s who want to grow and make money. Young magnates. The videos John made back then got a few views, a couple hundred and sometimes even a few thousand, but nothing special. You're looking at a very average but healthy YouTube growth journey. One of the early videos that pulled more views was about business lessons from Breaking Bad. This concept is something John came back to every once in a while. It's a type of fame jacking, creating content on famous people or shows, thus getting more attention. Over time, views kept increasing, but compared to nowadays, the growth was relatively flatlining. Anyway, John made the videos more compelling, changed thumbnails, used more visuals, and improved the storytelling so the viewer follows along. And note that he didn't apply these improvements on 2 or 3 videos. No, he worked hard for it, made another dozens of videos to get better and grow the channel. Explosion in growth? Nope, still not. The channel name has officially changed to MagnatesMedia now, and the scope was set. Stories linked to success, wealth, and business. A dark business documentary style like James Jani or even Tran in the former days. And the success came. Remember the business lessons from Breaking Bad? MagnatesMedia now covered stories of Jeff Bezos, Pablo Escobar, and even put out the first wealth documentaries. And just for the records, after having published videos that got tens of thousands of views, even 100,000, some of the videos that followed still only got a few thousand views, which proves that YouTube isn't luck, but skill, perseverance, and some luck. Anyway, John has built all that, and the major channel growth was inevitable. His now infamous documentary style has taken over the channel. And to be fair, the fact that from the get-go, John has a good narrator voice and people love his British accent helped as well. Anyway, he improved his thumbnails again, and they have become an absolute eye-catcher at this point. Additionally, the intro, the hooks, and the way the stories are packaged just won't let you click off so easily. Thus, watch time increased and the almighty YouTube algorithm started recommending the MagnatesMedia videos. After the efforts of more than 150 videos, the golden growth phase has kicked in. And it wouldn't stop. At the time, the channel made some good money and John reinvested it into producing more high quality videos. He batched the content so he was able to pump out a series of documentaries very consistently and YouTube loved it. This is exponential growth now and people binge watch the content. So let's look at the specific elements of the recipe that got MagnatesMedia to stellar growth. Quantity aka volume. You wanna speed up your learning curve and improve as fast and much as possible. You have to know that MagnatesMedia has already published almost 200 videos before hitting the inflection point that kick-started the growth of the channel we see today. If you keep improving while creating more and more content, you increase the likelihood to blow up and step up the game of making videos that people want to watch. A bunch of studies have successfully proven that more quantity leads to better quality as well, because there's more volume that contributes to improvements. Quality directly affects the customer experience. Of course, you should strive to come up with the best piece of content, the highest quality product or service. Getting feedback from others is common advice here, and that makes a lot of sense. However, let's take a different perspective here, and that's your critical view. Once you have created a product or service, or in case of YouTube, a piece of content, you should ask yourself if that outcome is something you would genuinely enjoy watching. Are you just okay with it? Or would your video be worthwhile the sacrifice of your time as opposed to doing anything else with that time? Is your 10-minute video good enough to be chosen over any of the close to 1 billion YouTube videos in that very moment you click on play? By the way, you know yourself best, so if you fail to make a video you enjoy, how would you be able to pull enough views from strangers for the same video? You need to give yourself and your endeavor enough time to hit the inflection point of exponential growth. MagnatesMedia could have died back when it was John Fraser, Young Magnates. But it didn't, because John kept going, kept improving, and was patient along the way. Keep providing content to YouTube so you can connect your videos with the right audience. And give yourself enough time to become a proficient YouTuber who's worthy of pulling hundreds, thousands, or even millions of views. MagnatesMedia and its niche of business stories, it's almost unlimited opportunity because there are so many businesses out there and they all have a story to be exposed. Second, the niche is a good trade-off between high search volume and strong keywords, specific terms from company names to infamous magnates. And as covered before, MagnatesMedia catches the viewer's attention with interesting titles and dopamine-triggering thumbnails, and keeps the attention through great content, visuals, and compelling storytelling. That's how the YouTube algorithm keeps suggesting these videos. Anyone into business or cool stories gets hooked, and they can't get enough, so they subscribe and keep watching more videos. And another valuable tip if choosing a niche is painful for you. Don't focus on the niche too much, instead spend the time to define and develop a target audience, because depending on their preferences and traits, they may enjoy several topics. Thus, you are not limited to one specific field only. However, in the end, it helps to be a channel that's known for something. This part is about the technicals of YouTube. But wait a second, why is all that YouTube optimization stuff such a thing? Well, you can test it for yourself by answering the following question. How often do you go into your subscriber box and pick a video from there, versus how often do you simply watch what's on the homepage and recommend it next to other videos? Exactly, people usually watch what they're served. That's exactly why the mere subscriber count matters less. It's about the views in every single video. If you want to make money off YouTube, you have to be able to pull views by good videos over and over again. That's why every creator emphasizes persistency so much. While there are countless of YouTube videos on the importance of optimizing for search versus optimizing for recommendation by the YouTube algorithm, the answer is do both. Use the autofill function in the search bar to see what people care about. Additionally, use something like vidIQ or TubeBuddy and check the specific keywords, their search volume and the competition. And once that part is done, optimize for getting recommended by YouTube. The algorithm is good enough by now, trust me. Make titles that the viewers would actually find compelling. Instead of writing the story of Spotify, MagnatesMedia named the video The Illegal Rise of Spotify. Sounds interesting, right? And generally that's the pattern. Include good keywords but create a title for the viewer. To make sure YouTube has proper data on your videos, write a description that's genuine and relevant to the topic. MagnatesMedia has a great example here. The video is called The Secret Chinese Company That Owns Everything. Cool title, but aren't we missing a nice extra keyword? No, because in this case, it's the description of the video. The insane story of Tencent. By the way, if you think John nails every title from the get-go, no, not even him. He checks how his new videos perform compared to the average video on his channel. And if they underperform in views after a few days or even weeks, he considers adjusting the title or thumbnail, sometimes changing them completely. As you see, feedback and improvement are always reliable. Lastly, it's not you against the algorithm. Neither does the algorithm intend to punish you. The YouTube algorithm is designed for the audience, so whatever they find most appealing, YouTube doubles down on that and promotes it for the sake of keeping the viewers on the platform. Thus, as a creator, you should create for the audience by leveraging the platform, YouTube. Work together as a business partnership. Remember, it's called the YouTube Partner Program. Whether it's consulting, engineering or YouTube, in the end, people resonate with people, and knowing there's an actual person on the other end feels comfortable and more relatable. Based on the fact that information and content have become commodities, you want to offer something that is at least very difficult to get anywhere else. John did that very well with MagnatesMedia for a reason. In this case, the mere quality of editing as well as the style make it rather unique experience. So you don't have to be involved as for the topic of the video, but the way the videos are created keeps you watching. You can find so many videos on related matters, but the experience is not the same. Their visuals aren't as thrilling, the storyline isn't as compelling, and you could even argue that the levels of dopamine you get just from looking at the thumbnails of MagnatesMedia is untouched. The thumbnails are minimalistic regarding text, but catch you with renowned symbols and faces, things you are familiar with. Additionally, the thumbnails of MagnatesMedia are always very colorful. It's like a punch in the face saying, "Look at me." Besides the editing, there's another aspect regarding MagnatesMedia. Have you noticed something? In those business documentaries that John produces, you don't really see him anymore, so technically it's a faceless channel by now. And yet it's him telling the story. It's his voice that you hear. So there's a personal component to it. It's John telling a business story, not just a production company sending content. I don't know about you, but I personally don't like the computer-generated robotic voices at all. That's why I also record my videos by myself. On a side note, don't get caught up in trying to reinvent the wheel. That's not necessary. It is certainly possible to find uniqueness in something that already exists. The world is more than ready to hear your takes, your story and your perspectives on whatever you want to entertain and educate with. And you certainly don't need fancy editing or tons of visuals. Production quality is clearly not everything, but for my videos, and I assume MagnatesMedia videos, we just enjoy making the style and it fits our documentary visual kind of theme. But more than enough new channels blow up with just a person talking to the camera, and people love it because of expertise, personality or storytelling. If you provide a valuable message or have a compelling presence, you in front of the camera is absolutely fine. Throughout your journey, plenty of things to take action on will reveal themselves to you. But to succeed, only follow 3 things for now. Start, improve, keep going. So in a sense, it comes down to creating videos and being patient. But it's way more than that. You have to deploy dedication, willingness to learn a lot, adjust to things that work, and be a bit smart about what you're doing. At least self-aware enough to quickly understand the little things that work and the ones that don't work so well. Whether something is a success or a failure, analyze both. Work together as a business partnership. Remember, it's called the YouTube Partner Program. John didn't build MagnatesMedia starting with incredible business stories. He did dozens of videos, kept adjusting to things that clicked with his audience until he eventually hit the sweet spot, and surprise, of course YouTube rewarded him. That's the only way to base your YouTube and business journey on skill and success, not on luck as the prior fuel. Even though luck always helps and amplifies your success. Enjoy your journey.